It's a new season of Shiyu Defense, and we're here to find out if this season can be beaten with level 50 agents. Normally, agents can reach level 60, making rewards feel almost too easy to unlock. So instead, we're upping up the ante with this modified rule set. I'll only use agents capped at level 50, which includes their W engines and the team's Bamboo. That means their core skills are limited to rank D, and their active skills are stuck at a base level of 9. To keep things fair and accessible for everyone watching, I'll use no more than one limited W engine per team. Not only that, but I'll also restrict my limited agents Mindscape Cinema to 0. Before we dive into the encounter, I want to show my current roster to show what agents I'll be working with. Without further ado, let's get into the encounter. Compared to the not so serious run in my previously released video, where I ran a level 1 Yixuan with a swing jazz set, this one is more in line with the usual runs. But instead of a level 1 Yixuan, I'm running her at level 35 with the Puzzle Sphere W engine. I figured with how her sheer force damage works, I could get away with running her at a lower level than the usual level 50 restrictions. First off, I just want to say how I love what they did with this season, wherein they opted to remove the initial mob spawn by replacing it with a single entity, like what you see here with the Dulahan, or flat out removing them, which you'll see later on in Frontier 7. This is important because the initial mob spawns did a lot to restrict team compositions, wherein if you weren't running agents that were effective at grouping such as Nicole or Evelyn, then you'd be wasting a significant amount of time. That said, the Dulahan and the Ether Dog are perfect candidates to warm up before Frontier 7. Just be sure to first break the doggo's armor by way of triggering 3 defensive assists before using your heavy hitting blows. This is because the armor heavily reduces days buildup and damage received. On that note, please forgive me if my usual stun rotation isn't as refined, since I find the discovery phase of how she plays to be the most enjoyable part when obtaining a new agent. But ultimately, I started off using an easy rotation wherein I tend to just give both chain attack opportunities to Yixuan. Slowly refining my rotation, I figured using her Auric Array, you can step out of it and it will continue dealing damage, which means you can ultimate while the Auric Array is on the field to save time, which you'll see later on during the Beetle stage of the video. That said, I had trouble casting Auric Array without flying first because of how my controller's left analog stick is constantly drifting to the left. Funnily enough, using Yixuan's Cloud Shaper, the move where you need to hold your basic attack button and she summons an expanding sphere, interacts with Lucy's Mindscape Cinema 6 upgrade, the Boar Airstrike. Be sure to catch it in the video when it occurs. Other than that, the encounter was pretty much a straightforward affair, so I'll let the rest of the encounter play out for a bit before returning with more commentary on the next encounter.
Strength and finesse.
This encounter comes in 2 phases, its normal state and the Miasmic shield phase. For the first phase, it's ultimately a punching bag with a couple of moves you can take advantage of. One being when it slowly rises up from the ground and does a gurgling sound, which you can parry continuously with defensive assists given how you don't need assist points for this move. Just make sure to end with an agent that does an evasive assist instead, in order to fully take advantage of this window.
What a nuisance.
Personally, I like to get a stun rotation off before it enters a Miasmic shield phase. This is because of how the phase works, which I'll talk about in a moment. You might have noticed the chain attack triggering even as one of Yixuan's ultimate goes off. I'm not sure why this happens since it might be a bug or exploit, but I just brush it off while making sure to make Yixuan perform her chain attack last in order to not cancel her ultimate. Circling back, let's talk about the Miasmic shield phase. During the phase, the boss records the amount of days buildup, and once the Avarus gets purified, it suffers the amount of days that was recorded during the Miasmic shield phase. As to how you break the shield, I'm not quite sure as of yet, but I assume it's just a fancy worded shield, so doing damage where elemental advantage is more effective should do the trick. Can you just take a step back and appreciate how good the Avarus' design is? We actually have an ethereal that has a clear and recognizable head, instead of a flickering orb. Just add a couple of teeth in its stomach mouth, splash in a bit of matcha green, and you'll have a daemon that could even make Grandfather Nurgle proud. During the succeeding stun opportunity, I tried to recreate the bug or exploit, and it seems fairly easy to recreate. I have a feeling it's because of how the second part of Cloud Shaper automatically triggers Eruption, which triggers the stun while Yixuan casts her ultimate. Admittedly, I haven't done much research into the happy, albeit accidental discovery, since I've been too preoccupied with designing the structural blueprint of an upcoming hospital project. So if you guys know of a video that can further explain the matter, then please send it my way. I'll let the rest of the encounter play out and let you guys see what else I missed regarding this encounter, before returning with additional commentary on the agent loadouts and subsequently the second half of this challenge run.
Yin and yang. No more games. Let's go. Catch this one. Up to 3. Purge corruption, restore clarity. Swift yet still, clear yet murky. Stop!
Seems there's one last troublemaker.
Not much to say about Yixuan's loadout, given how the new disk drive set is tailor-made for her. But what's more exciting is how Pulchra is finally usable with the new Mountain King set, which revitalizes impact agents. That, and I finally managed to get her to M6 while pulling for Yixuan. Yayifications. Like what you're seeing so far? Be sure to hit like and subscribe to help my video reach more people and help support the war effort against HP inflation. With that bit of propaganda out of the way, let's move on to the second half. As soon as they appear, head to your preferred corner and let the initial coordinated attack ending with an opportunity to use a defensive assist play out. Afterwards, make sure to angle your camera in such a way that there is a bit of space in between the main Palicus and the edge of the arena. This is to ensure that the other will teleport close by, or directly behind your main target. Without the little bit of space, the other Palicus will either avoid teleporting or might end up teleporting too far from the main target. With the twins grouped up, the main goal is now to keep them there by means of corruption or ice anomalies, EX skills, ultimates, staggering, or chain attacks. On that note, I found it better to stun them sequentially instead of simultaneously because it allows you more chances to do chain attacks, ergo more decibels gained. Once one Palicus reaches about a third of remaining HP, they will then perform a coordinated attack that wastes an incredible amount of time. Not only that, but if one Palicus dies, the other will enter a berserk state and do a special move that also wastes time. To circumvent this, you could either eliminate one as fast as you can, so you only have to suffer through the berserk attack and not the coordinated attack. Or you can bring both of their health close to a third of HP remaining, then eliminate both at the same time, either before or after their coordinated attack, to avoid the sole survivor's special attack, which should be manageable with a full team of 3 level 60 agents and maybe a signature W engine for good measure. That goes without saying, I had a lot of trouble meeting the conditions for a clean clear, given how my agents are penalized for being capped at level 50, but also because I'm running one less agent. One thing to keep in mind regarding the twins is, like the Thanatos, they are both very susceptible to defensive assists, wherein a successful parry with the defensive assist will inflict a hefty amount of days build-up to the enemy. That said, they rarely give you the opportunity, so running an impact agent isn't such a bad idea. I'll let the rest of the encounter play out and let you guys see what else I missed regarding this encounter.
Victory, the only option. Press forward. The cold is silent.
Basically, the core mechanics of this encounter is that you need to get rid of the nail things on its arms. In order to do that, you need to parry its attacks with defensive assists for each arm. I'm not quite sure how many defensive assists it takes for regular runs, but in my runs it took me about 4 defensive assists to impair one arm. Successfully impairing an arm removes a portion of the damage and days reduction received by the boss. Getting rid of a single corrupted nail is easy enough. The difficult part is getting rid of the other one, because you need to do a defensive parry on the arm that actually has the remaining nail on it. Otherwise, your assist point will be wasted. One thing I do in order to manipulate the boss into using an attack that I want is to hug the arm that still has the nail on it. That way, it is more likely to use that arm to attack. Due to the nature of this encounter, you might find yourself running out of assist points since Dina's attack costs you 2 assist points when you use a defensive assist. Thankfully, if you impair one arm, you are refunded all of your assist points. But on the off chance you find yourself running out of assist points before managing to impair the boss, there are a couple of things you can do to circumvent this conundrum. One is to cast an ultimate once you run out of assist points, which restores a single assist point, which is enough to defensive parry heavy attacks. Another thing you can do is to run a defense type agent, or in some special cases, agents that can resist heavy attacks such as Koleda or even Korin. And if all of this sounds too complicated, you can throw it all out of the window, because in normal runs you only need to get rid of one nail to clear in time. I just thought it was worth mentioning since for my run, it was either get rid of both of them before the first stun or the run is a bust. A couple of problems I had with this boss and how it relates to my team composition is that with one less agent in my team, opportunities to parry with defensive assists are missed due to how agents often linger on the field when you swap out. Other than that, I had to make sure to trigger Miyabi's Frostburn first before using Sokaku to trigger a disorder to inflict more damage and grant more stacks to Miyabi. Well, that's all I have for this boss, but if you have any other tips regarding this boss, please do share in the comment section below.
Victory, the only option.
With another successful clear, it looks like HP inflation has not caught up to us yet, and this season can still be beaten with level 50 agents. Short and sweet for this loadout, with Miyabi running a couple of penetration pieces, while Sokaku is using a natural voice set that has attack as a priority to reach the 2777 attack threshold to maximize her buff at core rank D. While these runs aren't formal guides, they can help you refine your gameplay or spark inspiration for your own approach to Zenless Zone Zero's endgame content. I encourage you to check out my previous runs for ideas and strategies. Until then, I'll see you on the next excursion.